So, as all of you guys know by now, Death Stranding 2 got a bigger look, almost a full 10-minute look at that game. This thing is a whole damn acid trip in dense concentration. I mean, it is crazy how weird and wacky this game is. It is just absolutely outrageous. I can't say I'm shocked because it is Kojima, presumably with a higher budget than he even had with Death Stranding. Because like right off the bat, we're already sawing into somebody. There's a mask made up of blue hands for some reason. It's powered by Decima, and you can tell this game looks gorgeous. I mean, this really makes like even Forbidden West look kind of cartoony. It's very impressive. They've done some real work on this thing. And then there's a weird black sludge tar cat with an octopus tongue and like wings, it looks like. I swear, whatever Kojima smokes when he writes this stuff, I need some of it. Like we've done like little jokey segments before where we talk about Kojima and we're like, oh, maybe it's like a cocktail of all sorts of different pills he gets from somebody down on the corner of 10th and Broadway. Who knows what it is, but whatever it is, I need some of it because clearly it sends him to another dimension. It's wild. He's got the heebie-jeebies. It seems like it. Pretty spooky. Like, this is cool. It seems like the cinematography has also gotten an upgrade, which I can appreciate. They were using that weird bottle which sprays down instead of straight out, which I never understood. Can anybody explain to me why that's a thing? Why is that a thing? Why not just use a bottle with like a regular tip that you turn upside down to spray? Why does it have to do the angle thing? How does that work? Why is that more effective? And then she gasps because there's like pricks and octopus things. When I saw this, I was like, oh no, the cat licked him. But maybe that's not what it is. And then this has to be a phobia for somebody. I don't know what that is, but it's like a weird inky thing. You guys made me ink. Use it when tattooing? Yeah, but like why? Why not just a regular bottle? It's more precise? How's it more precise than just like doing that? See, those eyes look real good. You see, this is like the detail in an eye that makes it look realistic. There's not just like the micro veins and stuff in the eye that make it look really realistic, but there's also the moisture of the eye creasing over the skin because of like the surface tension of the tear or water, whatever, in the eye that kind of clips along. Those little details make a whole hell of a lot of difference with our like little monkey brains processing whether something looks real or not. And this does a fantastic job of it. I mean, it looks very good. It's that attention to detail that's the difference between like Starfield's Dead Eyes, where like they're looking at you just, your quest is that way, and this is very impressive. I love it. And then a baby that pukes a spaceship because why not, right? Cuz is that Elle Fanning? No, this is, I forget her name. Lea Seydoux, yes. Thank you, Thin Blue. This looks like a Joe Rogan acid trip on shrooms. Kinda, or like a Boogie 2988 acid trip. It definitely is trippy as hell. Yeah, this is one thing I think, yeah, Elle Fanning is in this, but this isn't Elle Fanning. When I heard this, I thought this was co-op confirmed.
These rooms over here belong to other members of the crew. They're pretty much the same as yours.
Other members of the crew in a centralized like base, maybe. I don't know. So I think that there might just be co-op. I think so. Why are they blue? If you play Death Stranding at the end, I think there's a narrative reason for this, but I will not spoil it in case you have not played that. But there's a narrative reason for it.
And the shower's down at the end.
The blue is called light.
This is one hell of a ship you got here. Courtesy of the UCA, I'm guessing.
No. As I told you, Drawbridge is a civilian outfit. But we do have a generous patron with access to plenty of capital and tech.
Sounds like a UCA big shot.
Don't ask me. We've never met face to face.
I swear, this is the only reason these things are on her. It's because Kojima was like, I really want to do like cool hand signals and stuff, but I can't have them use their actual hands. Everyone would see that coming. So what if I gave her extra hands? Why? Cause like, this is what really separates Kojima. Like, it's not even fantasy or sci-fi. It's something else. Like, it's just a weird acid trip because it's not even like functional. Okay. Like, how does this make sense for her using it as like a mask while doing that surgery thing in the opening of the trailer? It doesn't make sense. Wear an actual surgical mask if you're trying to protect yourself from the particulate, whatever. Instead, like using weird latex glove hands to put over your mouth. It looks weird and kind of trippy. Yeah. But what's the function? It doesn't have a function. It's just weird. And that's Kojima, is it's just freaking weird. Is that he's like, wouldn't it be weird if we had a game where like you run around and then you carry around a baby and the baby tells you when there's like ghosts around you, and then it's like sort of stealth-like, and then everybody pukes this black sludge and then weird monsters come out of it. Wouldn't that be weird and crazy? And that's the game. And then he's like, okay, how do we explain this? I'll just do a 45-minute cutscene where everybody rambles, and by the time you get to the end of the cutscene, you forgot what everybody said because you kind of fell asleep because it was so boring. That's basically Kojima's recent games.
They value their privacy.
Seriously? No better than to believe that bullshit.
I also find his line delivery still so funny. It's just you can barely
Cut off
understand
from one
it.
another. We want you to help us bring the world together.
This is also another crazy thing.
Sam, would you mind if I joined you?
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes.
Really, Sam?
Straight up Mimir.
Your buttocks? What about shotgun? I prefer the driver's seat.
I also like that being placed near his genitals is deemed the driver's seat, which I just think is funny. And I'm saying that all of this as somebody that, as you guys know, finds Death Stranding strangely relaxing. I actually kind of enjoy it. On like rainy days where I'm just looking for something to vibe to, this is a solid choice. Like, I personally find it relaxing to just grab a bunch of deliveries and run around the map trying to make them. I find it relaxing. I understand some people find it remarkably boring, and I think I find it relaxing because it is kind of boring. Like, it's a game that you can play with Family Guy pulled up or just with your brain shut off, vibing out. That's where this excels, in my view.
As always, you'll be the one leading the way to expend the next.
Extremely varied in environments.
What's your role in all this? You're the commander, huh?
Lighting top
That's
notch.
right. These days I'm fragile in name only. You brought America together.
This is one of the other things that is going to be very polarizing. It seems that there's going to be natural weather events like floods, like flash floods, mudslides, maybe avalanches. They didn't show that, but maybe that's in there. So you can build up this infrastructure, but natural weather events can destroy it, causing you to rebuild it, which is kind of an interesting flip on the system that we got in the first game, where you would just kind of set stuff up and it was just there forever. Like the zip lines in the mountains. I had this whole network of zip lines in the first game where like I could pick up deliveries at this place, go hop on the zip line right outside of the footprint of it, and then go and zip across the entire map just from zip line to zip line to zip line to zip line, and then make the delivery. It was super easy, super fast, and I could do a really tough delivery in like 5 to 10 minutes because I had this infrastructure set up. And it could be an interesting dynamic to cause you to like perform maintenance or have to repair or rebuild certain things. That could be cool. It could also be really freaking annoying. So that's the other possibility, is that it could take a gameplay system people already felt was very slow and slow it down even more. So there's the potential for this to get to maybe double down on some of the weaknesses of the game, which could be a problem, but we'll see.
Helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid Death Stranding is far from over.
See, rock slides.
Humanity is still in danger.
It might just be a cinematic thing, might just be for cutscenes or something, but it seems like they're using it in gameplay too.
A lot of things
beautiful.
changed after you went off on your own. especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group. One that handles work in regions outside the UCA. We decided to call ourselves Drawbridge.
I swear, he just took like
support of the chiral network and
he just took like an early cutscene of her just explaining the whole game story and just put that under the trailer and cut footage over top. That's what it seems like happened.
He's alive.
he called himself a ghost, but
We found a way back from the beach just so he could kill us.
he said he came back to get revenge on you and me.
Now imagine an espionage game with these environments. Yeah, except he made it very, very clear in the statement after this was revealed. He made it very clear that that new espionage game that he's working on with PlayStation, he specifically wants to use their movie studios and sound stages and sound design, and that he wants to make it a melding of film and gaming. So if you thought the cutscenes in Death Stranding were bad, just wait. He called Death Stranding a new genre of video game, not a like melding of film and gaming. So buckle up for that game to be 80% cutscenes. Okay, like if you're thinking it's going to be Metal Gear Solid 6, you're going to be sorely disappointed. But it's also, I mean, it's going to come out like 2029, 2030. It's going to be a PS6 game. That's a long ways off. This is where Joel went.
Hey, brother.
Went to the beach and came back
You
like
miss
this.
me. Yeah, I figured you'd pay this place a visit, seeing as how I've been distributing the fruits of this fine factory all over the continent. With guns and violence, the whole damn world could be yours. Same as it ever was. Oh. Looks like you decided to trade in that rope for a stick this go-round. Well, I suppose even a porter has to pull the trigger from time to time.
See, this makes me think that they're doubling down on combat more. The fact that he says, "Ooh, you traded your rope for a stick this time around," implying that for this game, this time around, you're not using, movement and crafting ropes and ladders primarily. It's probably more weapon focused, which could be a good thing. I mean, if he actually listened to the feedback and thought, okay, gameplay was too slow, let's keep that stuff, but also add in a lot of combat. That could be cool. That could be cool. That could work. So we shall see. But yeah, Troy Baker, fantastic. Famously played Joel. He also played like Sam in Uncharted. He's done just a ton of stuff.
Oh, what about you? Hey, buddy. Are you just another soulless little husk, huh?
Let go of me!
Oh.
Pathetic guitarist. Where's the rest of your band?
Well, ain't that something?
Was it you, Higgs? Huh? Was it you that killed Lou?
You still don't know, do you?
Now I know what you're wondering. What the hell is happening? I don't know. No one does. It looks cool though. It reminds me of something that James Cameron said about the Avatar films, where he said a lot of people ask, when making a film, they ask questions all the time when they're like designing scenes or writing scenes. And they say, if this scene doesn't serve a narrative purpose, maybe we just cut it. We don't need it. But James Cameron takes a different approach, and he says sometimes scenes that are just cool to look at are worth having. Sometimes that is all you need. Sometimes having a guy slide around and fight you with an electric guitar that shoots actual electricity out, sometimes that's enough. It doesn't really need to make that much sense. It's still entertaining and crazy. This is like towing a line where I think there's the potential for it to look stupid because like he's literally fighting with a guitar when he could use like a gun or a sword or something. But if it actually is choreographed this well all the way through, it could actually be really, really cool. And it seems like he's actually gotten partners to help him with it that really know their stuff. And it's like full on anime, like action porn for people. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out for sure. And then he's like cooking, and then there's the baby touching his face because babies
About everything.
are cute.
Don't forget, coming on this expedition was meant to help you find the strength to carry on. And you have. We all know you've got this. Now it's time to finish the journey, Sam.
I think that shot is the only reason those gloves really exist. Like, yeah, the little finger pointing finger gun thing was cute and funny, or like was cute. But no, to be able to light a cigarette like that, that's all
Please
you need.
understand, Sam.
That's all you need.
We never meant to string you along.
That chrysalis, we found her inside. It was filled with a fluid that contained amino
You're so
acids.
pessimistic. What am I pessimistic about? Do you know what that word means? What are you talking about? I think the gloves don't exist for any rational reason because nothing in the world of Kojima, any of his worlds really, exists for purely logical reasons. They exist because they're cool and trippy. And that's reason enough, I think, for most people, as long as it's just outrageous. But I don't see how that makes you pessimistic.
One's identical in structure to the kind found in tar.
I'm sorry, there are amino acids in tar? As in proteins?
Of course. How else did you think that chiral creatures could emerge from it?
Yeah, stupid.
Some have even theorized that the tar is a sort of primordial soup.
Oh, baby.
I was there. I saw her home. And it was a hellhole.
You see, after you left Bridges, I decided to do a little digging. Now, according to them, BB-28 was flagged for disposal and subsequently incinerated 4 years ago, long before you and Lou first met.
Nah. Lou's coming back. I also think instead of the handcuffs thing, they're doing this ring now. A thumb ring. I think that's what they're doing. But there is one fatal flaw throughout this whole trailer that I've seen barely anybody mention. And to me, it's a huge deal. I mean, I don't know how nobody's bringing it up because it's like, I don't know if the game is like, if it makes sense without it. There's like no Monster Energy drinks in this trailer at all. Like none. Like, I don't think there's a single one. And like at this point, what, like, why play? Like that's what kept the first game going. There's like nothing. Yeah, there's none in the director's cut either. It seems like he had like a change of heart. It was more likely a licensing problem. But I still, if there are no high quality name brand energy drinks in this game, I don't know if I can in good conscience ethically report on the game and cover it. Hell, I would take Bang Energy, a Prime. Yeah. Dude, watch as they land Prime. It's like the only energy drink they could land a contract on. So they get Prime. Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. That would be so funny. Yeah. VR headset. I think they use this VR headset for AR training, like a lot of games do. So you'll go in there, maybe for mini games, but more than likely to like test a weapon before you go out and equip it in the field. So that would be my guess. It just makes too much sense. The weapons are all right here, and then the VR headset's here. It makes sense you grab the gun, put on the headset, and then do a VR thing with it, you know? That's what I think they do. But as for all this, I mean, I think that they showed some stuff that in terms of gameplay seems interesting. It seems like they're showing, you know, more varied environments, very open environments, but you don't see him like loading up anywhere near as much like loot or deliveries. You see some on the back of these like speeder bikes and things, but you don't really see that take a center stage on The character design, like there's some supplies, maybe different pair of boots, but it doesn't seem like he's focused on delivering stuff in this game, you know? It really doesn't. And that makes me wonder if this is going to be a much bigger shift than people expect. Because in the trailers for the first game, he always, at least from what I recall, always had his backpack really loaded up with stuff. This seems like he's just got a backpack full of the gear he needs to explore. This is like one of the few instances we actually see him carrying a lot of stuff. And so it makes me wonder, like, are they really shifting and trying to move it out of the UPS simulator realm and genre into something a little bit different, which could be really interesting. You know, I would like to see what that is. But it does give me confidence that perhaps Kojima has in fact listened to some of the feedback, positive and negative, because the danger with egomaniacs, and I'm saying this as a YouTuber, so I know firsthand, the danger with egomaniacs is that they often surround themselves with yes men that don't give them reasonable feedback. And, you know, if he's like, no, everybody loved my first Death Stranding game, I'm just going to do more of that, then you could see yourself in a situation where he just doubles down on all of the bad choices. Hopefully, though, he's able to listen to the feedback and maybe make some adjustments and stuff. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. I'm curious how or if they'll improve the player-assisted structures and like system. It was kind of like that one episode in Black Mirror with likes. Yeah, it also was kind of inconsistent. I had a few bridges that got however many, like hundreds of thousands of likes. So they were just like generating most of my, social cachet, as it were. But then other things I'd place in really densely populated areas wouldn't get any upvotes or anything. And it just felt very inconsistent with how they divvied them up, which was interesting. It was kind of cool though. Like I remember when I was playing it, I had a viewer send me a picture on Twitter of them finding like one of my ladders that I had put up, which I just thought was kind of cool. I was like, oh, that's mine, because it shows the username of the player that placed it. I was like, oh yeah, no, that's an actual viewer playing the game themselves on their console, and they find the actual the thing that I placed. It was a really cool kind of moment. Yeah, bigger city environments, that's interesting. The post-processing effects on the fire look awesome. In general, it looks really good, but I'm still unsure of what the game really is. Like, it might just be another delivery simulator, and in all these shots and stuff, he just doesn't have much gear. Maybe that's what it is. Or it could be that this game has undergone a much bigger redesign than we might expect, which could be interesting. So I'm at least paying attention. I'm interested. The production values seem top notch, and I think this is going to be one of those games that you play and also watch a lot, and it's just going to be one big acid trip all the way through, and I'm here for it. I think it's going to break my brain and probably give me an aneurysm, but what great experience doesn't do that? At the end of the day, what doesn't do that? He took my thing. Red flag, red